We are on the phone visiting with Dallas Richter, the New Underwood High School girls basketball coach. Hey, Dallas.
How are you doing today?
Good. It's your first time with us here on Black Hills TV. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for allowing me to be on.
Yeah. You guys had a great girls basketball season at New Underwood. But first, since it's your first time with us, so how long have you been in New Underwood, the girls basketball coach there now?
This will be my first year back. It's my second time I was coaching the girls program down there. This year was our first year that I was back.
You're from New Underwood yourself?
Yes. It's where I was raised. We have a family ranch out there. I still live out there, and I work in Rapids. So I'm not in the school district as a teacher. I'm kind of that public coach, as I like to call it.
Sure. Was you a pretty good basketball player back in your day?
I thought I had a fairly good high school career. Stacy Finkbeiner was my head coach, who I took over for this year. So, a lot of stuff that, had some good coaches there and was able to learn a lot from there in high school. So I think it's really helped me with how I coach now.
New Underwood is in Region 7, and, just looking at your competition, you're really in a pretty evenly matched region as far as high school sports go.
We had some really good teams, going into the season. For me, it was just trying to, after being gone for about 12 years from New Underwood, it was me. I had to try to reacclimate myself to the region and the players and some of the coaches that were there. And, I knew just kind of keeping an eye, obviously being from New Underwood, I still kept an eye on the programs and stuff. So I kind of knew what teams that were going to be tough. I knew White River was going to be a really good team, and Lyman. And of course, you got a rival like Wall and a good coach there as Hess that, they're going to have good competition.
In your region, White River was your only loss this year.
They were right after the first of the year, we lost to them. That's when Prue was still, before she had gone down with her knee injury, she was still there, and, they were a really, really good team. That was a big loss for them this year.
The team probably improved after that first loss to White River.
Yeah, we kind of went into that after that loss. We lost 3 straight, one to 3 really good teams. You had Faith back before Christmas and Hill City, which are both state tournament teams, and then a tough White River team. After that, we kind of had to sit down with the girls and just kind of say, hey, our schedule came up. We had to play 3 games in 4 days. 2 days after that, and I really challenged the girls going, we need to get our season, back on track. We played some really tough teams, but we can have a good stretch here. I thought we could play some really good basketball. And we really took that mentality of just one game at a time, and we had 3 good teams that we had to play in those 4 days. And we just kind of checked it off day at a time. And the girls really responded to that. And things just kind of started rolling after that for us.
And speaking of after that, you go on a 13-game win streak.
Yeah, that was, once we got through that first stretch of 3 games in 4 days, the girls, I think that's when we really started, kind of that gelling. They really started understanding my system. The system I put in is probably a lot different than what they were used to. I thought, after that, winning those 3 straight games, I think it really started helping the girls go, okay, hey, this is a system we can play in. It's something that we can, get behind. And they just took it from there. We played a couple more games, and then we hit another 3 games and 4-day stretch again. And we just kind of took it the same mentality like we did the first time. And it's like I said, just kind of kept rolling after that.
The regular season ended with a loss to Belfouche, a Class A school, but then you qualified for a bye and going into the playoffs.
That Belfouche tough team again out of the Black Hills Conference there, and we played them really good for 3.5 quarters, and they did a really good job in the fourth quarter against us to climb back in the game and take the lead, and we missed out on a really good game there with a win. But yeah, I think after that, the girls were just kind of ready to get started in the postseason. They were feeling good. They understood. They know the loss necessarily didn't bother them because they knew Belfouche was a good team. They knew they played well, and it was going to be really good for us going forward.
So it was good to play tough competition, especially I would think just before playoffs.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I kind of, I told them, I said, the Belfouche team, like as good as they were to play in that tough in 3.5 quarters there, that it's really going to get us, if we play at that level through the playoffs, we're going to go deep into it.
So after your bye, how did you do in the playoffs?
We had Phillip after our bye week. We had a Phillip team, which we came out and played really, really well against them defensively. We just played really, really well. We only held them to 1 or 2 field goals. They had some free throws on there, but we really held them down defensively.
Wow.
And we kind of got that into the Wall game. The next game, we held them to, I think, 4 or 5 field goals in that game. And so defensively, we were just on a roll and keeping people down. That really helped us in the start of the playoffs. So
that puts you into the SoDak 16 after those 2 games?
Yes, which we took on Castlewood, which is a very good team, and it was a very tough matchup for us. We play a lot of different zones. That's what the girls are kind of used to. I'm more of a man-to-man coach, but they've been so used to the zones in the last few years that we really didn't change that portion of the philosophy up for them right now. So with Castlewood, they do such a good job against the zone. They have so many good shooters. They have players that can get into gaps and dish and know how to draw the defense to them and kick out. And so I knew going into the Castlewood game, it was going to be a tough matchup for us. Defensively, they're a pretty active team. They could have played man or zone against us. And they were really aggressive with us. And with I got a young team. I didn't have any seniors. And you could tell in that game where, some of their aggressive defense really kind of bothered some of our younger girls. And, off defensively, they were able to do what they kind of did, and they started making shots. I thought we did a good job in the first half defensively compared to what they usually score against teams. We did a pretty good job there, but offensively, we just kind of struggled and got ourselves in a hole that we could dig out of.
So next year, the whole team is going to be back.
Yes. Yep. Everybody's returning, and there's a couple people out there that are in the school that I hope will be able to play this year. We had Lexi Ballard, which had played on the team, was a starting point guard for quite a few years, that had another knee injury during volleyball. She was unable to play with us this year. I hope the best for her, and maybe she'll come back out in the basketball court next year.
All right. Well, Coach, we really appreciate you taking time to join us, and congratulations on a great basketball season.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on. I love talking about my girls and my team and giving them a lot of credit for what they do and they did this year.
You bet. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.